Travis Jones here with WapitiWear, and today we're going to talk about water filtration. Now this is something that's very important with the backcountry, and it's from personal experiences. I've seen people take up some water and they hold it up in the light and they say, well, why do we have to worry about this water? It's crystal clear. I can see it coming straight out of the mountain. But as clean as that water looks, we're not worried about the stuff you can see. We're worried about the stuff that you can't see. That's what's going to make you sick. And nobody wants to start their backcountry trip with having the runs or puking or being sick. Our different water filtrations, you have like a camp base water filtration. If you're doing spike camping or even like a camper, like a base camp down at the bottom of the hill, you're going to want some kind of a camp water filtration system. You can use it on bivvy, but usually with bivvy, you're moving so much every day that you can refill water at the end of the day to have your meal at the end of the day. So we'll touch on a camp water filtration, then we're going to touch on a personal water filtration, and then we're going to kind of like a backup. So we're going to start with the Katadyn Basecamp. I think it's 10 liters, so it's a huge bag. And this is what comes with it. I mean, you can see just how big this bag is. We had four people out in the backcountry, and this whole bag would fill up your daily pack. Plus, we had water in the morning for coffees. We had your water midday for your lunch, and then water at the end of the day, from drinking water to making your supper at the end of the night, because most of your meals require water to make your supper. So this 10-liter bag was enough to do for a full day, and that's for 4 people in the backcountry, which is a lot of water, because you're gonna rely on your water throughout your entire day. So this was good to have, so we weren't running down to the stream multiple times in a day. This comes with a tube for a gravity tube. Comes off the bottom, a filter that goes in the inside of there, then this screws under the bottom, and then you go down to the stream, you fill up your bag. It has a nice little carrying strap. You take it back up to camp, get up there, you'll hang this bag in a tree, and then it filters the water out through the tube, and you can fill up your plastic bags or your individual drinking water, or even your jet boil for making dinners. One problem that we've had, and I know a lot of people have had with the Katadyn Basecamp water filters, is after about your first day, your filter is going to start to go down to a small stream, to a trickle, to dripping, to it won't even put water out. And basically, a lot of people get really upset with that, and they think that this thing's junk. After 2 days in the backcountry, it stopped filtering water. Well, that's just telling you all of the things that this filter is pulling out of that water that you don't see. Your water looks crystal clear, and yet it's still filtering enough stuff out of it that it will clog up your filter. Now, I believe there are ways to clean your filter and to keep it so it's flowing. I just buy a few extra filters. That way I have them in the backcountry. If it starts to not want to filter water, I throw another filter in it, and you're back to like new again. But it's super nice to have this big of a camp water to have right there at your base camp, so you can fill up your water bags and you don't have to travel for water while you're right at camp. The next thing that we're going to talk about is your personal water filtration. Now, we use the Sawyer Minis. These Sawyer Minis come in a pack where you can actually put them right on a water bladder. So you can fill up your water bladder, or let's say your filter on your Katadyn for some reason clogs up and you can't get it to flow through. You can take the filter out, throw your Sawyer Mini on, and you can actually filter your water with the in and out right on this tube that comes with the Katadyn. The Sawyers are nice because they're small. You can keep them in your pack. You can put it on your water bladder. They also come with these squeeze bags. They screw right on the top. This also screws onto like a water bottle, on the top of a water bottle. You screw right on there. You fill this up with water. You screw that back on. And you can squeeze, fresh filtered water. These Sawyer's Minis are nice to have. It's nice to have one in your pack. The other option is your Purification Tablets. Now, we don't use the Purification Tablets, but they're definitely something that's good to have in your pack. So let's say you always want to be prepared. Even if you have two other filtration systems that are working perfectly, you always want to have that. It weighs nothing. A little bit of glass bottle with some Purification Tablets in it. Some of them are in a cardboard box. Just keep them in your pack. Keep it back at camp. Maybe you'll keep it in the tent. So just in case something happens to where your filtration systems go down the drain and you need some way to filter your water, you can use the Purification Tablets. Other option is boiling your water. Now it's another easy, cheap way of doing it, but it's not very efficient. You don't want to have to boil every single ounce of water that you're consuming because you use so much water from drinking to breakfast to lunch to supper. It's all things that you need water for, and you don't want to be boiling that much water. You'll use a ton of canisters fuel in your jet boiler or your camp water boiler system. So you don't want to do that, but it's always there for like a backup in case you have no other way. You can always boil your water to drink it. That's going to sum up basically our water filtration systems. Now understand that one, we're not endorsed by any of these companies. These are just products that we use that work good. There are plenty of other products out there that work just as good, maybe even better. Don't take this to heart as this is the only way to go. But these are some ways that we've found out that work the best for us in the backcountry. So that is your WapitiWear backcountry tip of the day. Thanks for watching.